Hey guys, so this is just a little check-in. I did not upload yesterday because number one, I was out of town. I was at my cabin and it was a holiday, so I figured you would give me a break this one time. I had a really good weekend. We were up at the lake. All of our family was up there and we just had a good time just like hanging out and being by the lake, and it was pretty nice for the most part, and when it wasn't, we were just chilling inside and having just as much fun. So yeah, it was a good like long weekend, and we got to hang out with the cousins, and yeah, it was a good time. And now we're back home and it's raining, and I just got a smoothie, like a strawberry, what's it called? Strawberry Fields. It's really good. Basically, I'm just killing some time because I have to pick up Megan in like half an hour, about a half an hour. And I didn't know, like, I wanted to make a video today, and I thought, you know, I'm not gonna, like, I can't go outside because it's raining, so I'll just do a short check-in, and then hopefully on Wednesday, oh, tomorrow's Wednesday, okay, well then I'll see you again tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will be nicer and I can, like, make a creative video of some sort. Sorry, I'm laughing, there's some funny people in the parking lot trying to dodge cars. Hopefully tomorrow won't be rainy, but if it is, I'll just find another place to make a video. I did do a blog post last night. I wanted to let you know about that, so you can read it at soulflowernetwork.blogspot.com. That's my blog. I am consciously trying to blog more because now that I've started YouTube, it's kind of taken the place of my blogging, and that bugs me because I really like to write, and this is different. I mean, I like this a lot, but there's something about writing that is just so good. I don't know, it's just, it's different, and I feel like I learn different things when I read back my writing versus when I watch a video back. Although I do still learn from watching videos back because, you know, it's all kind of in the moment. Like, I don't plan anything that I'm gonna say, and that always just made me more nervous. I know some people, like, they will only make a video if they can have it scripted because it makes them feel like safer and maybe less insecure, but for me, if I do that, I'm just gonna feel more awkward because it's not authentic, I guess, to me. And I want people to, like, see what I'm thinking about, like, in the moment, not something that I plan for a week. If you know what I mean. So, I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm thinking about. I've been doing really, really good. I talked about this a little bit in my blog yesterday. I was writing it super late at night, so I don't really remember what I wrote about, but I have been doing really well. A lot has changed, and I've talked about this before. A lot has changed since my mom went back to work, and now I have all this time to myself, which I haven't had in a while. I used to be really used to it, and then when my grandma got sick, she stopped working, and it's actually my dad's mom that had cancer last year, and she passed away in February. And so we were, like, at home a lot together, and there was, like, a lot of stuff going on, and so I kind of just got used to, like, having people around all the time, and as a result, I didn't really have my independence as much, and I had been really used to that before. So it was kind of a weird change, and now I have that back. So it's like, I don't know, it's not bad, it's just different. And I've changed a lot since then, so it's like readjusting and like finding out like how to be again, I guess. But it's been about a month now, and I've been doing really good about it, and I feel like I've kind of opened the doors to some new opportunities. Nothing has like transpired yet, but I can feel like I'm preparing well for, you know, the next steps to come, and so yeah, I mean, I guess I've just been kind of focusing on myself a lot lately, and in the middle of that, like doing interviews and just like promoting my book and stuff, and it's kind of a weird mix of things, because in the sense, like, over the winter was one of the most difficult like times in my life ever, and I wasn't functioning very well at all, and really none of my family was, because of something that happened in the family. And so it's like, and then I had to like find my ground and get myself together to start talking about my book, and it was very stressful because I had to like kind of put all of that aside and find my center in order to, like, you know, get my thoughts together and talk about all of these things, deep things, and that was kind of difficult, and then I kind of got in the swing of it, and I got, you know, things calmed down, and the interviews were really fun for me and really exciting. And now they've slowed down, and so I'm even more in a place of like, okay, I'm just like focusing on myself, and just doing what I have to do right now. So I feel like I'm in a good place. I'm getting to more of an independent place, and I'm feeling more in control of my reality, and I did not feel that way over the winter, and last winter. There's just been a series of events that have been really crazy. Like, usually, like, one thing bad happens, and it takes you a while to reboot from it, and it sucks, and it's really difficult, and then you get back to normal life, and I felt like that was sort of happening, and then the next thing happened. So it was just really difficult, and then I had quite a lot of anxiety, like when my mom went back to work, because I felt like I couldn't really deal with all of this stuff alone, and that's just been part of my process. And I don't talk about all the fears that I have day in and day out, because I feel like I would just be repeating myself a lot. But at the same time, I'm just trying to like have a good balance and not like completely cut out all the details, because I think it's important. And so I think I talked about that like in my last vlog. I talked about how I'm trying to balance like being real and talking about everything, and also like showing every aspect, I guess, and showing how there are exciting things happening in my life too. It's not all just about anxiety and fears and struggles and stuff. And I don't feel like I've talked about that enough for it to even come up in that way, but I guess I'm just sensitive to it. And there are, you know, exciting things, and there was also a point where I felt like I couldn't really talk about that either because I felt self-conscious about that. So that's what this YouTube channel is for me, is just to be able to like learn how to kind of be more open and more transparent, and to see what comes out of that. And then also it's preparing me for bigger things, because at some point in my career I'm going to be doing speaking events, and I'm going to be traveling, and I'm going to be breaking more barriers and you know, moving through bigger fears that I have. And one of those is traveling, and traveling alone. I've never done that, and you know, I'm 20 years old, so it's gonna have to happen at some point, and I'll work up to it. But at this point, that's really a pretty big block for me, and just the whole traveling thing is really freaky for me. So like going to new places and feeling like it's out of my comfort zone and not wanting to move out of my comfort zone is part of the anxiety. And those things aren't solid. Those things can be moved, those can be shaken up, but it takes some work, it takes some effort, and that's what I'm doing, and that's why, you know, I'm working with somebody to help me with that. And it's been a really big help, and I feel way more empowered. I feel more like I can take on, I'm not trying to take on the world, I'm trying to take on myself first and foremost, and be able to like just, you know, function myself and do everyday things and be more independent. Those are my goals. There was a time not that long ago when I never thought that I would feel this way about a lot of things, and I do. So I know that things can change really fast, and it's possible to feel like strong and independent again, like I did before. And you know, part of the journey is not like comparing yourself to your past and feeling like, oh, I went downhill, or I'm not living up to my standards. Because, you know, I feel like it's really easy to take that mindset if you're not kind of monitoring yourself. Because now I see like where I am is actually a stepping stone and a new level, like a higher level. Because, you know, I see now that in order to get to where I am right now, I had to consciously say, okay, I'm willing to take on all of these things, even if they're really hard, because I want to move forward. I want to deepen spiritually, and I want to like see myself clear and see the world clearer. And to do that, you have to move through obstacles. You have to move through your perceptions of limitations. And so that's when I started to get anxiety. That's when I started to feel like I had to just hunker down and be a hermit, and to work through these things. And I believe that a lot of that was necessary. And now I feel like I'm kind of, you know, I don't want to declare where I am, because to be honest, I don't know. But I do feel way more mindful in my life. Like, I feel like I'm practicing mindfulness much better, and I'm aware of the thoughts that I'm thinking when I'm thinking them, for the most part. Not all the time, but for the most part. And I can, for the most part, change a story if I want to in the middle of the thought, and not be a victim to it, not play small to it. I'm gonna have moments where I feel scared, and I'm gonna have moments of anxiety, and I'm gonna have moments of feeling like I can't do something, but that's normal. You know, my only goal is to be able to make it not so often, and be able to find tools to feel more empowered, and I think I'm on the right track to doing that. And all of this is going to benefit me, and the reason why I'm going to continue vlogging about all of this is because I'm going to look back at this like in a year or two, and I'm going to go, whoa, like, because things will change by then, and I'll be doing new things, and, you know, I could be in a very, very different place in 1 or 2 years. So I don't want to forget like where I'm at right now, and I don't want to forget that, you know, how I feel like frustrated at times, like frustrated that I'm not where I want to be, and it's kind of important almost to have that at some point, because then you realize that, you know, you have to be here right now, and you're not lagging behind, you're not you know, you're not failing, you're not going downhill, you're just moving through something. Sometimes it feels like kind of long, and but it's gotta be worth it. And you know, I feel like I've had so many different phases, and I look back at some other challenges that I had, like, I don't know, just challenges that I had when I was growing up and stuff. Like, I remember 12, 13 years old, like, that was a big, like, turning point for me. 14 was a big turning point for me. That's when I started at online school, and I feel like I've just had a lot of phases, and whether I was conscious of it or not, I was always like trying to evolve. Like, I was always trying to evolve and never wanting to just stay put in one place. I think that's cool, like, looking back, not really trying to be like spiritual, not trying to like have a certain kind of mindset, just kind of like working through my life, and I was still trying to evolve on some level. I was still trying to be myself, you know. So I just find that cool. I almost wish that I was like vlogging at that age to be able to look back now, because there's a lot of stuff that I had to work through. Just a lot of stuff, very different stuff than what I'm working through now, but like, I've been doing EMDR, and it's quite an amazing technique that therapists use to basically release, well, they call it releasing like traumatic events or traumatic situations. I don't think it's just for traumatic situations, honestly, because it's been such a help for me in many different ways, not just for, you know, something really severe. And I've realized that a lot of the stuff, a lot of the situations that I've gone through in the last couple of years have directly mirrored situations that I've gone through when I was very, very young. And EMDR works by releasing subconscious triggers that, so say an event happened in your life, maybe when you were young, or maybe even before you were born, that you're not really conscious of, and it could be still stored in your body, in your memory somewhere that you're just not aware of, and maybe that's the reason that you're, you know, scared of being in a plane, or scared of, I don't know, just fears or triggers that you might have. It could be explained by something that's happened in your early years or even before you were born, and so EMDR works to release those things. I've had some really cool experiences with it, and that's also another tool that I'm using to evolve where I'm at right now. So anyway, this was just supposed to be a really short check-in, but it ended up being kind of longer. So it is what it is, but I'm going to go now because I gotta go pick up Megan. So I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, and let me know how you're doing and what's up, because I want to know. So I will see you guys tomorrow.